Day. We're going to kick it off with a Middle Eastern carrier, STC, from Saudi Arabia. And I have Nasser Alsaadon. He's Business Development and Innovation General Manager from STC. Nasser. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I come from Saudi Arabia, and I work for Saudi Telecom. And it is the biggest telecom operator in the MENA. I'll just brief you some details about my company. Then I'll follow with the presentation that I'm intending to share it with you about what we are looking for from a partner here and from the startup as well. So last year, end of 2015, we have established a pilot of an incubator. We named it Inspire You, and I'll come to the details of it later. But just to give you a brief or a background about my company, we have a vision to be recognized as an ICT leader and player in the region, beside our telecom services and being an innovative there. Our company is mostly owned by a public fund. It's about 70%. The rest are owned by different groups. And we have around 20,001 employees, and we operate in 9 countries. This is a snapshot of the countries that we operate in. We have a share in a telecom operator, in a landline and a mobile in Turkey. And in Kuwait, we have Viva, which we established from the ground. Same in Lebanon and Jordan, we have some shares there. And our main country and main company in Saudi Arabia. And we have different adjacent companies besides Saudi Telecom, one that are taking care of, for example, call centers, and one is specialized in internet, as an internet provider. Also, we have established a third operator in Bahrain. In India, we have a share there with Aircel, Malaysia, Maxis, and in South Africa. Just to give you a snapshot about our country, most of our population is youth. Probably over 60% are of youth. That's why you could see from the slide in front of you that they are savvy in social and technology. So we have these numbers in front of you. Most important, for example, the YouTube, we are #1 worldwide, with 90 million video being viewed every day. Same thing goes to the rest of the social media. So now we come to Inspire You. And what is it? Our company intends from Inspire to be the first incubator, and now we are also adding to it to be an accelerator for startups, and to be only focused on ICT and digital. So we are promoting this to support the society as well as the entrepreneur in the region. We have 3 different objectives: to boost the ICT and the startup, as I said, in the country, to foster the development of the entrepreneur, to enhance their skill and develop it, give them an access to the telecom and its infrastructure, and finally to drive some innovation within the group of STC. What are the things that we offer? We offer different or a variety of services, from funding the entrepreneur or the startup to hooking them to the ecosystem, different exchange programs that we have built with other operator or incubator. We do have, of course, the offices, the academy that provides customized training for them. And we give them an access to our infrastructure, as well the training and mentorship. And those mentorship are within STC or outside the STC, plus other logistic support. Where do we stand now? Now we have only the pilot, which is the incubator. We just finished the second intake, which we have selected 7 startups. Before that, we have graduated 4 startups. So we are in the early stage of our journey. But we are aiming to grow and to scale up that initiative, to have it in 3 major cities in Saudi Arabia, as well as to have its global outreach. And as I said, to transform it from pure CSR initiative to be an incubator as well as an accelerator, and scale up the intake from roughly 10 yearly to 100 yearly. Now we come to the last 2 slides. What we are looking from in this conference is to seek a partner who could help us in building the capacity for our incubator and accelerator in these 4 dimensions, in building the communication, the ecosystem, how to set the strategy for the startup as well as for the incubator itself, to build their leadership skills and to help them in financing or doing the pitches for the investors. And most important, to build an operating and the governance model for the incubator, from the selection, from the evaluation until the graduation. What are we looking for a startup to come and innovate in these 4 areas? In digital health, and the rationale behind it, we have a high prevalence of NCDs, like diabetes and asthma, and we have also shortage in medical professionals. That's why maybe the digital innovation in that area would help in covering that gap. In the education also, as well as in the digital payment, and in the digital payment, which is a very important area nowadays. 70% of our transactions are based in cash, and the government is, with its vision of 20 and 30, is pushing to reduce the cash in the country. So any ideas from the startup in that area would be welcomed with us. Finally, the crowd management. As you may know, we have the pilgrims every year, and they are focused and condensed in a small area. And any solutions that manage the crowd and facilitate their journey would add a value, and we could couple it with our services in providing it to the pilgrims. And these are the contacts of me, and I have Khalid Al-Sagar is the director of the partnership and alliance, as well as we have the manager of the Inspire You. So these are the contacts. We welcome all of you whom are interested in approaching us. Thank you.
Walk up to the microphone. So interesting stuff. I really appreciate you got exactly the right slides there. I wonder if I could ask a couple of questions about some of the things you said you wanted to focus on. Mm-hmm. You mentioned crowd management, I believe, and so what kind of things are involved in crowd management? I'm curious how you see that.
You see, we want to focus mainly on the Holy Mosque area. Mm-hmm. So we have a journey for the pilgrim once he arrives to Jeddah, yeah, and from there to Mecca.
Yeah.
So it's a dedicated and specific journey and later they will be condensed for 4 days in a very small area.
Yeah.
So it's hard to manage such crowd, their movement, where they could spend their
wow,
money.
So it's managing the pilgrims as they go to Mecca. So it's a lot of people from abroad.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of languages issues to tackle there?
Multi-languages.
Multi-language, and then you got people who are roaming inbound.
Yes.
And you're helping them almost with housing, food, lodging, and do you also have some tourism aspects or religious tourism along the way and such?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, pretty cool. Specific needs. And do you guys is that what crowd management is, or is it part of other things like concerts, race cars, races and things?
No, it's part of it will goes also to maybe payment in that journey, maybe information that will be distributed to the pilgrims. What timing would be perfect for them to go to do certain activities.
Yep. And could that be also considered a safety thing so that you don't get too much overcrowding and stampeding and you can manage crowds better?
Absolutely.
So when they're actually at Mecca, you can maybe offer emergency messages or things like that.
Absolutely.
And then on the digital health side, do you find, is Saudi Arabia going to be aggressive in digital health? One of the problems we have in America, problem and benefit, is we're very tightly regulated. And that offers us some benefits in that we get high quality drugs that have been tightly regulated, et cetera. Offers us some disadvantages in that it puts an anchor on innovation. So do you feel like Saudi Arabia has less of an anchor on innovation in the digital health space?
The only challenge would be, because we have the Ministry of Health.
Yep.
And then we are coming from a telecom side. So the only issue would be if there are some certain regulations that are mandated by the Ministry of Health, how can you work with them or overcome them?
Good. All right, good. And then I guess the last question I'll stick with is, the other topic you have there of e-education. What is how can you contrast education in Saudi Arabia with the U.S.? Are there a lot of people who don't finish high school, don't finish primary school, and is mobile a way of offering access to them? Or have you got a similar situation here where a lot of people finish high school and it's just adult education? Like, how do you see it being used in Saudi Arabia?
No, I think we have a pretty high standard in terms of high school, graduate and these. But it's after the high school, mostly in the college.
Yep.
So you need to create some innovative education that some people could take different courses remotely or, you name it in that area.
And then back to the prior topic, it's interesting, we had the panel yesterday on accelerators and incubators, and we saw Orange and AT&T who have been doing them for a number of years, and I think have learned some lessons from when they launched 4 years ago and have improved them. So you guys are coming along, you have the benefit of being able to kind of look at some of the successes and failures and avoid some of the mistakes, right? So it looks like, so you're looking for, in a specific call, for partners who can help you with that. That's clearly a different kind of partnership, not a startup, but like you're looking for organizations that have experience in launching and running.
Absolutely. So we are looking for a partner who could, I just brought the slide about it, so who could help us in building the whole organization of Inspire You. Transforming it from just a pure CSR currently, supporting or part of our CSR initiative, to be a really functioning as an incubator as well as an accelerator. How to do the selection, how to do the monitoring for this startup, ensuring that we are really taking them to the commercial phase.
So this partner you're looking for, and obviously you're still looking, is it would be an organization who would help design it and then operate it in a partnership with Saudi Telecom, STC, or would it be an organization that just consults with you and then you carry on operating it from there?
Well, we are open for both.
Open for both.
But currently we have a limited team.
Yes.
Maybe we are looking. Maybe if there is a partner who is willing to come and stay, join us for 6 months or 1 year until we build the capabilities, and then it will be a consultation afterwards.
Okay. Very good. So last chance for questions. Otherwise, we'll move towards thanking. All right. With that, Nasser, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Cheers.